Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Krystal. If you are back, welcome to my space. Welcome back. I am so thankful that you are here and thank you for the support. Real quick, I will give a quick introduction about me. Again, my name is Krystal and of course I'm a Leo. Besides that, that's just the basics about me. I am truly a person that loves adventure. I love nurturing. I just am discovering who I am in this world without needing the approval of others. And it has truly taken me a lot to get here through healing my mind, healing my body, healing my spirit. Throughout my healing journey or healing process, whatever you want to call it, during the time that I have been healing my mind, body, and spirit, it came to a point that I was like, I really want to share this. I really want to share what I've learned. I feel like I had learned a lot. And here's the thing, when you begin learning, you realize that you don't know anything. Point is, I started learning so much about healing my inner child, what an even inner child is, what it means to have a hurt inner child. Once I got to this point, I was like, I just want to let everybody know. Like, I just want people to feel good. I know how people are feeling. I know how people aren't accepting their own selves. I see how people are still trying to please their parents, like so much. And I was like, let me start a YouTube channel and see who follows me, see who's ready for their own change, and just see where it goes. I am thankful that I am in this space. Again, I am thankful if you are here for your own change, for your own growth. That takes a lot of courage. So props to you and a big hug to you, because truly changing and healing takes a lot of courage and it takes a lot of guts. And it takes a lot of strength, it takes a lot of energy, it just takes a lot from who you are as a person. So maybe this is a reminder to give yourself a break, because truly it takes a lot to change. I have been following my YouTube channel, started in the beginning of where I started healing mostly my habits. And then once I got from healing my habits, I went into healing more, being more introduced to faith, to spirituality. Once I got into that, then I really got more deep into actually feeling my emotions and being able to release certain things from my body, being able to release certain emotions, and really just reconstructing my nervous system, reconstructing my mind. Just so much has gone into this. So just know that it does take a lot, and just know that I'm your bestie here along with you in your own journey. If you are here following from my previous 4 episodes, that means you know what I'm going to talk about today. If you don't know, go catch up. I left you guys off at doing a journal prompt, doing a visualization, doing a meditation, asking yourself what you need, what your inner child needed. And then I talked about how we needed to gain the trust of your inner child. If you did that and you visualized and you asked your inner child, like, is it okay if I take care of you now? Or I'm here to take care of you now. Whatever it was for you that you did, that you felt you needed to get your inner child to trust you, then we're going to move on this week to the next step, which I mentioned it last week. I was going to talk about reparenting, but I really wanted its own episode of itself. So here it is. We're going to be talking about reparenting. If you have not heard of what reparenting means, it truly is a space where you're going to start seeing that the person that saves you and the person that gets you out of you feeling that certain way when you were a child, feeling a certain way when you were here, is your own self. And the way that I was able to do this myself for me was that I was able to use my mind, use my visualization to be able to amplify my own healing, to not feel the way that I was feeling anymore, and to really rewire my subconscious, rewire my body, rewire my mind into thinking a new way. Because when you are in this space where you have all this trauma over here, you are thinking just one certain way and you are repeating a cycle over and over until you heal, until you feel. It's not until you heal, it's really until you feel these emotions. But in order to feel these emotions, we need some guidance. We need some clarity. We need some, yes, we need some guidance. And who best does a child get guidance from than their own parents? Again, I feel like I keep repeating this, but it is a reminder. If you grew up with parents that were emotionally unavailable, that is okay. I did too. A lot of us did. Parenting wasn't taught back then, so that is completely okay. And really sharing that and accepting that is going to help your healing journey that much more. Like, we're not blaming parents, we're not here to blame. All we're here to do is accept the fact of what is, so we are able to move forward and really start feeling these emotions. What I mean by you are going to become your guidance, you are going to become the person that your inner child means, is exactly what I'm saying. So, with you visualizing your inner child in the worst day of your life, you now, what we're going to do, we're going to visualize us being the parent to your child on that worst day. For example, I'm just going to continue going on with the same example that I have been giving you guys. What the worst day of my life was for me, if you guys haven't watched my videos, I was sexually abused when I was a teenager. And that, for the longest time, was the worst day of my life. I didn't know how to feel or really comprehend what happened to me at that moment. So for me, a lot of it took going back to that moment that happened, that day, that certain action that happened upon myself, that day that it happened. I had to go back and really reparent myself as if I was there and as if I was a parent to my little inner child, telling her what to do, what she needed, what had just happened, and really just walk her through that day of how to leave in that situation, how to get out of there. Just visualization has so much power, guys. I said it in my last video. If you are a visual learner, this is the way and the method for you to try to see if it's going to work for you. I feel like I don't say this enough, but just because it worked for me doesn't mean it's going to work for you. But I hope that in me sharing my own experience, it's going to give you a roadmap to be able to have your own experience, your own way of doing it for you. I just hope that I pave a pathway for you to have an example of what you can do, of what is going to work for you. It might not work for you. Hey, thank God if it does work for you, because we're all different. We're all, even if me and you are both visual learners, we both see different things. But again, I hope that in me sharing this, it's going to help you in some way. In the beginning, I told you guys, visualize yourself sitting in this chair and visualize your inner child sitting in another one, like if you were sitting in front of her. And we asked our inner child what we needed. We asked our inner child if we are able to come in and we are able to step in to start taking care of her. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to walk her through what happened that day. Think of the worst day of your life. And if you've been following, you have that in your journal. So think of the worst day of your life and what did you need to hear? What was it in that moment that you needed to hear to be okay? Because as we're progressing and as we're gaining more trust of our inner child, we have her trust. And we don't want to break that, because how many times has your inner child been let down? Yeah, I call myself my inner child because truly she was still a child. My inner child self was still in there, hurt within my teenager. Like, just think of, like, have you guys seen those little monitas that tapas una y luego tapas otra? Like, I'm gonna put a picture here, like a little video of what I mean, so you guys can see what I mean of the levels of inner child you have. Because you have this level, you have this one, you have this one, and you just keep growing, right? So even now, me, 28 years old, I still have my inner child within me. You still have your inner child within me. So that is what I mean by you have these levels that are being carried through time until you decide to heal that certain aspect of yourself, or you decide to heal what happened in that moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab one of my favorite books. If you guys see, it's missing from there. So I'm going to grab one of my favorite books, and it's How to Do the Work. If you do not have this book, please get it. It is the best book that you can read by Dr. Nicole Lepera. She is truly amazing and explains inner child healing, explains every single aspect of healing in the best way that you can think of. And I said, like, what was it that your inner child needed to hear in that moment? It might be that you still need to build that rapport with your inner child. It might still be that you need to build that trust with your inner child. Now you can see I have a bunch of notes highlighted, but one specifically, she does have a whole chapter. She does have a whole chapter about reparenting. So what I wanted to do is in the back of each chapter, she writes a specific thing to do. And I wanted to share this one with you guys because how she like mentions like word per word, she says that we have to develop a reparenting menu. Like we have to create this space for us to be able to hold that much emotion, to be able to hold that much to be able to hold that much emotion for our inner child, we have to have a menu. Like we have to have a checklist of what we need, because if not, it can be a lot of work to be able to reparent yourself. So for example, what she says, thing is emotional, and I'm just going to read it off by you guys, and then see how you can create your own menu. The first thing is we're going to need to be emotionally regulated. We are going to need to start regulating our emotions. And so the first thing she says is like, as children, many of us were not taught the value of or practice of being emotionally aware. So as adults, it's crucial to our healing that we develop this practice. And what she says to do as far as like emotional regulating that you can do is practice deep breathing, but do it to your belly. Like if you are putting your breath in down to your belly and out from your belly. The second thing is witness the sensations that different emotions activate in your body. So even if you feel discomfort that your inner child is like not answering you, what does that feel like? That's probably just a representation that she feels neglected, or there's neglect there, and you're still feeling that. So again, witness what the sensation looks like. Next thing is notice what causes you to feel emotionally activated. Is your inner child ignoring you? Is that causing you to feel an emotion? You not being able to connect to your inner child, is that causing an emotion? Whatever it is, let's figure it out. What does it feel like? What is causing it? And then allowing the emotion to come through without judgment, and then allowing any and all emotions to pass through while we do all of this. Because, how I said, I'm going to repeat it a million times, it is a lot of work. And I swear that if you are here, you can do it. If I did it, you can do it. Because we're all capable of being our own self healers. We're all capable of doing this work. There's a reason that God made us go through all this, and what I've noticed is that whatever God puts us through, God is going to put a bigger stone there that is going to help us heal. And truly, it's within yourself. So one of the first things that she says like about them, or the second thing on the menu is loving discipline. So as children, many of us were not taught simple, helpful, supportive habits and rituals. So as an adult, you can begin to cultivate the loving discipline. What you can do by this is, one, keeping small promises to yourself each day. developing a daily ritual or daily routine, saying no to things that do not serve you, boundaries. I talked about it last week. Holding boundaries, speaking of boundaries, holding boundaries even when you are uncomfortable doing so. Setting a boundary is going to be uncomfortable. If you are not uncomfortable, you are not growing. Start living in that uncomfortableness. Disconnect and spend some time alone in self-reflection. Don't be rude to yourself. This isn't to be rude to yourself. Self-reflection, it means, what can I do to help myself? What can I do to make myself feel better? It's not to sit there and be like, I should have done this, I could have done that, I should have done this, why didn't I do that? No. We're going to quiet that voice down by the way that we're going to start doing this work. And then again, clearly stating, and then the last one is clearly stating your needs in a non-judgmental language. What is it that you need? What is it that you in this moment need so that you are able to fill the needs of your inner child? Next thing is self-care. So again, as children, many of us were not taught the value of things such as high quality sleep, movement, nutrition, connect to nature. So as an adult, we need to cultivate these things. Go to bed earlier, cook a good home cooked meal, meditate for 5 minutes or longer, moving your body for 5 minutes, journaling, spending time or connecting in nature, and allowing the sun to touch your skin or connecting with someone you love. I've talked about all these guys. The thing is, have a childlike wonder, creativity plus imagination. Again, your visualization, that is very childlike. We're going to start gaining our traits back of when we were kids. Like, and that's going to be with your imagination, having joyful and in being playful. So as children, we weren't taught the value of taking joy, creativity, play, and pure presence. So as an adult, it's crucial to remember to play, to connect and develop hobbies we enjoy, and to cultivate joy by dancing or singing, doing something unplanned, finding a new hobby or interest, listening to your favorite music, no sad music, no sad girl vibes here, complimenting a stranger, doing something you loved doing as a child, and connecting with a friend or loved one. So those things, again, if you want to pick up this book, I truly, truly recommend it, because it has so much information about the reparenting. I'm still going to continue along with the reparenting, but for this week, what I really wanted to get, the message that I really wanted to get across, is to create this menu for yourself so that we're able to continue going down this path to hold that space for our inner child and to feel the emotions that we needed to feel back then, because they're still stuck in our body somewhere. And we need to get that out because we need to move forward. We all need to move forward. So, guys, I'm going to disconnect there. Remember, get this book, and remember, every single day is a new opportunity to grow. I love you guys. If you guys have any questions for me regarding what I did today, or if anything popped out to you, if anything spoke to you, I would love to hear about it in the comments. Quick prayer to every single person on this self-development, self-journey, self-healing journey. If you are on this path, a prayer to you. Keep going. I promise it's worth it. I love you guys. Again, every single day is a new opportunity to grow. I love you guys, and come back in a week to learn more. I love you guys. Bye.